Hey, how's it going, guys? Nick Blanton here. So in today's video, what I'm gonna share with you is why you don't have to be a marketing expert before you can start freelancing as a marketer. And I think this is very important because it keeps a lot of people from starting, and if you never start, you're never gonna get good, you're never gonna improve and get to the higher levels and, be able to make a lot of money with it and, have all the success that you want. So getting started is like the hardest part. And a lot of times we try to go to such big steps. We try to instead of taking one step at a time, we try to make these huge leaps, and because of that we fail. I think that's really similar to what we do with the school system. Like I went to school for marketing for 6 years in college and came out and really didn't know anything, and I was amazed at how unsuccessful I was and how all that time that I spent didn't make me any better. So a lot of people think that that's what you need to do to become an expert, is to go to school more, learn more, and all that kind of stuff. But unless you're actually using that and building actual skills that can grow a business, it's not helpful. So that's what I did with my 6 years in college, and I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. In the thing that we can do instead is to start freelancing right away. You want to learn marketing, start freelancing. And that seems kind of dumb, but it's actually very smart, okay? And I say this as one, like I said, I went to school for all these years and I still didn't have anything. Then I started freelancing. That's when I got something. That's when I actually started learning and becoming good at marketing, right? So what you have to realize, if you go to, a freelance platform like Upwork or freelancer.com or one of those, or just in general, if you're talking to people on Facebook that own businesses, or people in your community or whatever, they own a business, right? What you'll find is that just like there are freelancers who are at all different levels, they're very good or they're just starting out, or they're somewhere in between, you have the same thing with business owners, right? Now I think what we think of as new freelancers, say I start freelancing today, what I'm thinking about is, how am I going to go work for one of these businesses and do marketing for them? They're successful, and why would they hire me over somebody else? And if you look at it from their perspective, let's say you have a new business owner, right? And they are making maybe a couple thousand a month with their business, and they're trying to grow it, and they're putting tons of time into it. And it's just now starting to make money, but they're trying to reinvest it back into the business to be able to keep it going and things like that. And maybe there's some tasks that they feel are just something that they would have to learn and it's going to take them a lot of time, or maybe something that they just are bad at and they want someone else to do it. And a lot of times that's what you find with these marketing jobs on freelance platforms, or just people looking for help, is that it's something they don't want to do. And whether it's good or bad for a new business owner to outsource that marketing, it's an opportunity for you. It can be good, it can be bad for them, just like anything. So what you can do is you can stay a step ahead, and even with just an hour or two of learning some specific task, you can then go and do it for a business owner. You're definitely not going to get one of those top level businesses that are making millions a year. You're not going to be able to get a client like that, right? But you'll be able to get a client who's a new guy, who's starting out, and they have some success, or maybe they're just cheap and they want to pay very little. I think a lot of times we think, everybody's going to pay for the most expensive, most skilled marketer out there, and they're going to get all the business, and I'm not. Just for me, like as a freelancer, I've got a lot of skills. I almost don't want to work with anybody. I have one client now, and I've fired many clients just because the deal wasn't working out, the company isn't as good, and it doesn't provide as much opportunity for me as what I wanted, and I felt like I could do better, or I had other things that I wanted to focus on. So and you'll find that true for most freelancers who become really good. They either turn their business into an agency, or they will outsource, or they will quit doing freelancing and start teaching, or they'll run their own company. They'll go start their own company or things like that. So a lot of times the top freelancers stop being freelancers, you know, and so it cycles out and then new people come in. So let's say at the, you know, after several years of freelancing, you feel like your skills are really good and you want to go out and start your own business now, and you have all the skills that you need to be able to be successful with it, right? Let's say you go out and do that and you have trouble, then you can always go back to freelancing. You'll still be at the top. You'll still be, you know, very highly paid freelancer, and that's a skill that you'll always have. And so, you know, by doing it this way, you're not going like all in with no chance, like, you know, it's not like trying to hit the lottery where it's like either I'm gonna get rich or I'm gonna be broke as anything. Like, it's much smarter. It's a much smarter way to do entrepreneurship, right? It may take a little longer, but I think in the majority of cases, it's gonna save you like so much time. So, you know, what we have to realize as freelancers is that just like, you know, there are all different levels of businesses, there are all different levels of freelancers too. Another thing that is very important to understand is that, let's say I go to Upwork and I'm hiring somebody through there, right? If I'm hiring a potential freelancer, I'm gonna get people that are applying from, you know, other countries. I mean, they can choose US only, and, you know, many times they do, and so those are typically the better, you know, higher paying clients. But, you know, if I don't choose to say US only, then I can see potential freelancers from all around the world. And, you know, at least you used to find a lot of people from, you know, India, Pakistan especially, also from other places, and they would apply to these jobs, and they're trying to get you to hire them, right? And most of them, there are some that are very good freelancers from those places and they'll charge a lot, but there are many that barely speak English that are like, oh yeah, I can do your, you know, your Facebook ads, or I can do your email marketing or whatever, but they may be really bad at that and they barely speak English. And, you know, I know many business owners that have gone through that. I myself have hired people like that, and it never works well. So just by having the ability to speak English well, and by you know, being able to listen to the ideas that, you know, a business owner has and going and figuring out a way to make it happen, that itself is very valuable, right? So you know, if you just have a decent education, you know how to read, you know how to write, and, you know, you can do some things and you can learn, you know, mostly that you can learn and implement, then that's I mean, that's really it. It's, as a freelancer, you have to kind of get used to not knowing every single detail of how you're going to do something before you do it. It's, you know, it's the gateway into business. It's like you're learning to do things as you go, just like you do as a business owner. So I think that's really important for you to understand if you're trying to get into freelancing, is that you don't have to be an expert to start. And once you really become an expert, you probably won't want to freelance anymore, right? You'll probably find something else. Now, there are ways to, you know, even make 7 figures a year just freelancing by yourself. But you know, there are also a lot of other very good alternatives if you're not interested in doing that. So I hope this video helps you. If you get some value out of it, please like it, subscribe to the channel, please, and hit the bell so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. I'm doing new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm very serious about helping you get success with freelancing, and I hope that you'll subscribe, stick around, and learn a lot, and go on to make lots of money, have lots of success, and just be prospered in whatever you do.